And welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. So last time we went over some of the additions in the latest update. So this time, some more items are available, so let's check them out. Down here, I did purchase the remaining holiday item for, what was it, Hinamatsuri, I think, was the name of it. So I displayed the lanterns down here. So that's the setup I have here instead of the snowman and the sleigh, because all the snow is gone. So with this setup, let's check the Nook shopping app to see what else has been added. So, as a reminder, the Hinamatsuri items rotate out until March 3rd. So basically, one is available on one day, and then the next day will be a different item, and so on. So you can also swap views, which is kind of cool. I actually just noticed that down there. There's a swap icon, and this actually displays like price, region, and availability. So yeah, I don't think I noticed that before. So this is also new, a Pi. On March 14th, or 314, we honor the mathematical constant pi, whose first digits are 3.14. In honor of pi and its critical importance to the math of circles, many choose to enjoy a circle of their own, a pi. So I don't remember past Animal Crossing games acknowledging Pi Day, so this is honestly really cool. So in addition to the seasonal items, I'm pretty sure there are also going to be seasonal items for St. Patrick's Day or Shamrock Day, so we'll have to stay tuned for those. There are also new promotion items. So these are entirely themed around Mario, and because there's a limit of ordering 5 items a day, this is going to take a while to actually get all of these. But a lot of them are actually really cool. Mario items and clothing have been a staple of the series since the original, so it's cool to see these get added back. I hope, again, they add these Zelda-themed items and other Nintendo furniture back eventually, like the R-Wing and things like that. There are also full outfits now for some of the characters. It's kind of weirdly limited, honestly, because I remember there was like a Toad hat in New Leaf, so it does feel weird that there are a couple items still missing from this. So yeah, Luigi, Mario, Princess Peach, and Wario. Interesting selection of characters, to be honest. Let's see, there's the mural, which we already got as a promo item for downloading the update. There's the block flooring, the Lakitu rug, and the Yoshi rug. And yeah, these are items for linking your account to Pocket Camp. So yeah, overall these are really cool. I am glad to see them added back. I hope they keep adding in old furniture sets. And speaking of old furniture sets, one thing I talked about a little bit and didn't quite know all the details for because I didn't watch the full video when I last made a video, was the Sanrio items. So I guess the next update is actually confirmed for March 18th, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not sure what this update will actually entail because to be blunt, the Hello Kitty amiibo cards aren't restocked until the week after, so I actually wonder if there might be more to the update than that, because if it's just the Hello Kitty items, or the Sanrio items more specifically, it'll basically be an update you download, and then you're at the mercy of finding amiibo to actually access content in the update. So I hope there's more to the update than that. I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks. So yeah, those items look really cool, actually. I hope I can actually find the cards and show off some of these items, because they actually look really neat. So yeah, like last time, there was a bit of a recording mishap, so we cut out the Isabel's speech at the beginning. She had nothing to say though, so no loss. In general, I feel like they really need to cycle out dialogue for Isabelle. I think Splatoon 2 actually did this, where basically over time they added more dialogue for the hosts, and they really need to do that for Isabelle. Got a minute? I got into a dumb fight with Broccolo. I don't even want to say what it was about. I want to make it up to him with this present I bought, but I don't know if he would want to see my face right now. I was thinking, maybe you could give it to Broccolo for me. Thanks, buddy, you're really helping me out here. I guess I should give you the thing, huh? Here you go. I was hoping to get it to him sometime today. You're losing daylight. I was thinking about this the other day, that Shari is literally the one villager we've had for the longest time, because Shari was in our very first town group of villagers. Like, the initial 2 included Shari. She still has, like, the original house, even. It's kind of weird. A bunch of people have asked if they should move out, and in this game, if you say no, they will not move, and they won't move until they ask. And if you say yes. Which is great, because then you can actually kind of decide who lives in your town. In the case of Shari, I'm a little bit torn, because she is one of the originals. But I kind of would be interested to see an entirely new set of villagers at some point. Like, all new villagers, none of the original 2. So yeah, we'll see. She has not offered to move out, though. Everyone else has, oddly enough, but not Shari. Probably because she's been around the longest and has the highest affinity, like, settings or points. So yeah, it makes sense that Shari would be, like, one of the friendliest villagers to us because of her being in that initial set of 2. Yeah, at some point I would like to see, like, some villagers move out and kind of gradually work in new villagers, maybe try to keep some of my favorites. The problem is, usually you don't want repeats of the same villager type, and thus, for example, you know, we have Kabuki, so if Kabuki moves, we'd have to basically wait until we got another villager of the same type, that I also really care about, so that might not be easy. With Broccolo, as an example, like, I think he's a lazy type villager, so if I could get someone like, Bob or Cube, that would be preferable. So yeah, there are some characters that are really nice to have around, in terms of just having a variety of different villager types. But there are some villager types I don't feel as strongly towards. The cranky villagers in particular, I feel like I have the least attachment to, and also the snooty villagers, partly because in the older games they were a lot more aggressive than they are now, and to this day I kind of don't feel as strongly attached to villagers of those 2 types because they were so much more aggressive then. So yeah, like, Marshall is a favorite of mine, Raymond is cool. I think they're the same type, actually. Smug, I think, is the term for it. Like, Daisy is a good example, because I really like other normal type villagers, as they're typically called. So, like, if I wanted a different normal type villager, I'd have to let Daisy leave. But I also really like Daisy as well, so it's kind of a tough call on that. So yeah, it's kind of interesting trying to balance villager types. Because there are 6 types, you will have some repeats, but for the most part, you kind of want to keep various types. Same in New Leaf, because in New Leaf, different types of villagers can suggest different types of public works projects. So for example, not that long ago, like a year ago I think, I was playing New Leaf and actually got a new public works project suggested to me because it was from a villager type I usually don't interact with much. So even that late into the game's life, I was still discovering new things, and I think that is what's kind of lacking in this game, is that sense of discovery. Like, I remember when I did a Let's Play of the first Animal Crossing for GameCube, there would be cases where I'd see dialogue I hadn't seen before, and it was actually really cool because I'd been playing the game for like a decade, and I'd still see lines I had not seen, or at least didn't remember, and it was actually really neat to be able to experience new things after so many years of playing that game. I sort of need your advice. I've been thinking about how I say cool cat just all the time, and you know, I want to, I don't know, change it, maybe? What do you think? Sure. Okay then, let's change it. Time for something new. But if you don't mind, would you think of something for me? I'm really bad at coming up with catchphrases and greetings, so this is going to be interesting. Usually, lately, I've been going with default catchphrases, but I actually don't remember what Rosie's is. I actually might cancel. Huh? Tough question, I know. It can be whatever you want, so what will it be? It actually won't let you just cancel out, so basically if you decide, like if you change your mind, just re-enter the same phrase as before. Like so. I also feel like my Pro controller is kind of not entirely working as well as it used to. I feel like the dead zone might be slightly off because sometimes I feel like when I'm holding left, it feels like it kind of drifts down. But only sometimes. Like in Animal Crossing specifically, I've been having this problem a little bit, but not too bad. This Pro controller has been around since launch. Like, I can't remember why I got it, because I don't think drift was a problem, or at least a known problem then. I think what happened was because Joy-Cons are really expensive, and because I played docked a lot, I decided to buy a Pro controller and use that more. Maybe that's why my Joy-Cons actually have held up well. I feel like I talked about this in, I think, the Breath of the Wild video actually, that went up a couple days ago at the time of this being uploaded. I feel like I've had really good luck with my Switch, where it really hasn't had as many problems as most people. Also, I took apart my Pro controller recently to clean it and put it back together, so that might also be why the joystick is acting up, because I did not put it together right. That's always a possibility. But yeah, in general, I would consider buying another Pro controller over a set of Joy-Cons because I rarely play handheld. It's not like it never happens, but it's a lot less common. Partly because I prefer playing on the television, and frankly, it's 2021, and it's not like I travel very, very often anyway. I remember, like, when moving, I would play handheld mode, and it would drift, like, during Stardew Valley and games like that. So yeah, I have experienced it. Right now, my left Joy-Con stopped drifting. It would occasionally drift, and then it would stop drifting, and I don't know what causes that. By the way, it's March, so I need to double check, but I am pretty sure we will be able to catch the final two deep sea creatures. So I'll probably go after those on my own time, and whenever we check back in, I'll donate them to Blathers and see what he has to say. And then after that, the only part of the museum that won't be finished is the paintings, which I actually discovered something. I was doing some testing with time travel, which is a really funny phrase out of context, actually. Basically, if you buy a thing at Red's time travel a day forwards or just wait a day and then go back, basically the villager or the special visitor that appears is fixed on a day. So once you see like, oh, you know, Flick is in town, if you like time travel forward like a day and then back, Flick will still be the visitor for that day. So what that means is you can actually use time travel to grind out Red's paintings and works of art. I actually did that a few times because I got really bad luck on a few days where he basically sold all fakes multiple times in a row, so I just ended up trying some things out and ended up discovering this. And then decided, hey, why not? I'm already behind because of not being able to buy things for several weeks now. So yeah, that is a way to speed up the works of art. At this point, I did it a couple times to catch up, and I tend to do it if he has all fakes, so I still make progress when he appears. But for the most part, I'm not really concerned about grinding for the rest of them because, like I've said before, Animal Crossing is definitely a game where you gradually chip away at objectives, but it's it's not so great when you run out of things to do, so, yeah, there's a lot of things I've been kind of taking my time with deliberately, to give me a goal to work towards, because as is, I really don't have a ton to work towards. A lot of people have done things like this where they basically settle on the town for a couple months, and then tear it all down and restart as a project. And yeah, this is more of a project-oriented Animal Crossing than like a social-oriented Animal Crossing because of like the villagers generally having less to say and things like that. So yeah, overall, besides the seasonal items and the promotional items, did I mention this yet? I actually can't remember if I mentioned this, but these items aren't going away. Oddly enough, because it's March 31st, wherein the All-Stars collection and Mario 35 are delisted. Weirdly enough, the Animal Crossing promo items are actually permanent. It's kind of weird that that's the thing that's staying and not 3D All-Stars, or Mario 35 for that matter. So yeah, that is definitely worth noting that there was no rush because there's only a 5 item per day limit. You still have plenty of time to buy all these, as in all the time in the world, unless they change their minds. So yeah, I'll gradually try to collect all of these items to show them off. I actually don't quite remember when the next set of special items become available, but by then I'll try to make sure I have the remaining deep sea creatures to show off. But I think that about does it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons.